Okay, so this right here, this is a boosted Stealth with Boosted's brand new 105 millimeter wheels. And this right here, this is a Boosted Mini with the brand new Boosted beams. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Boosted finally makes lights, and they integrate directly with the board, so you can turn them on and off with the controller, and you have an active brake light, which is incredible. I've been riding this Mini with the Boosted beams, and I've been riding this Stealth with the 105s, and I have thoughts, and we're gonna go outside. But before we go outside, I wanna show you a couple of things. Let's start with the wheel size. So this right here is a close-up of Boosted's 105 millimeter wheels, as you can see. And then that right there is Boosted's 85 millimeter wheels, which ship standard on the Stealth. Look at the size difference. These wheels are huge. And interestingly, on the inside of every wheel are these holes which definitely add a little bit of cushion. Whereas on the standard wheels, you don't have any holes. And then there's something else I wanna show you, but you gotta get closer. Did you know that all Boosted boards, except for the V1, meaning V2, the Plus, the Mini and Mini X, and the Stealth, all have these high power ports built into the nose and the tail of the boards. Okay, so to install the Boosted beams, you want to take off the front trucks and expose the high power port in the front, as you can see here. And there should be a little cap on the one that's in the board. Just pop that cap off, and then you can line up the arrows here, plug it in. And the beams come with a special riser, and you wanna make sure you tuck the wire in properly. You see this kind of little slit right there. So you basically tuck it in there like this. Make sure you're feeding all of the screws properly like this. And then make sure the wire is kind of flush in there. And then once all that's good, you put the front truck back on. And then you're gonna do the same thing with the back. So take off the back trucks, find the high power port, pull off the cover, connect the lights, and again, it comes with a special set of risers, so everything kind of fits nicely in here. And then for this, I'm just gonna tuck the wire in between that groove right there, and you can just put the truck over it like so. And once you've installed the lights properly, you can just double tap on the controller and they turn on and off, as you can see. I'm gonna double tap again and they'll turn back on. And what's amazing is there's an active brake light. So watch the back there. When I brake or roll backwards, the light turns on. So it's like a real brake light, which is great. And just to show you here, yes, the front lights are working as well. Boom, bam, done. Let's go outside. All right, so if you're new to the channel or you just haven't seen any of my other big wheel videos, I'll just tell you right now, if you ride a Boosted longboard, especially in a city like New York, I cannot recommend big wheels enough, mainly because the roads here are so unpredictable. New potholes kind of form every day, and you'd rather be safe than sorry. And the big wheels definitely make a difference when you're going over potholes. And by potholes, I just mean sort of any obstruction on the ground, whether it's expected or unexpected. So you're riding, and all of a sudden you come to a manhole like this. The bigger wheels are gonna take it much better than the smaller wheels. And here's another one, for example, they kind of just like roll right over it. Just to give you another quick size comparison, obviously those are the new 105s on the left, and then on the right are the stock V2 wheels. Those are 80 millimeter, and it really makes a difference. It's kind of hard to articulate exactly what it feels like to ride with bigger wheels. It's more cushiony, you're a bit higher off the ground. Everything sort of feels more stable. And of course, yes, I have to caveat here, because you have bigger wheels and the pulleys are stock pulleys, so it has the same set of teeth, meaning the gear ratio is the same. Bigger wheels means you have less torque, also it takes a bit longer to brake, but it increases the top speed. Now, Boosted advertises 2 extra miles an hour, and you definitely go faster than 26 with these 105s. So if you're familiar with the Stealth at all, or maybe you're not familiar, the Stealth has mode 5, hyper mode, meaning acceleration's really fast and top speed's also really fast. I'm gonna just hit top speed right now and show you. And I think it's starting to drizzle. Look at the sky. This is the magic of using an ND filter. You can actually really see the sky here. So pretty. Now, the reason I particularly like Boosted's 105s in comparison to some of the others that I've ridden is because every wheel has these hole cutouts. So look at how mushy this is. there's really a lot of give here, which really helps on some of these New York roads. Now, I just want to emphasize again, if you do upgrade to these big wheels, you gotta sort of learn how to ride, not obviously from scratch, but really feel what the acceleration is like after you put these wheels on, especially also what braking is like, because you need to brake a lot sooner because the wheels are bigger. But again, that top speed is insane. If you came to this video for the lights, don't worry, we're gonna transition into a night sequence right now. Okay, let's talk about the boosted beams. So I mentioned earlier in the video, one of my favorite things about the boosted lights, beams, is the active braking. So when you're riding at night and you pull on the brake, meaning you are going in reverse or you're braking, it's the same thing. The tail light illuminates, which is exactly how a car works. When you press the brake on a car, the brake lights illuminate, indicating to other drivers that you're slowing down. And the same thing, as you can see, applies here on the boosted board, which I think is fantastic. Another great thing about the boosted beams is, as you saw already, they connect directly to the board, so you can control them with the app or with the controller. And yes, you can turn the lights on and off while you're moving, which is great. The lights themselves are super bright, 600 total lumens, 300 from each light. It is really, really bright. Based on my brief testing, the lights don't seem to draw too much power from the battery. The bigger wheels will take a toll on battery life way more than the lights will. The point of these lights is for you to be visible to other riders and drivers. It's not meant to really illuminate the road in front of you, although it kind of does, but the real magic here is creating awareness for other people around you. You can be seen pretty far away with these lights because they're so bright. The integration with the software is great. You can control the lights from the app. You can turn them on and off. You can control the intensity. You can also set them to blinking, which if you're into that, you've got it. As for the build quality of the lights themselves, interestingly enough, Boosted went with metal for the headlights, but the tail light module is sort of this like flimsy plastic. I don't know why they didn't just make it metal like the headlights, but it is what it is. Also, I haven't drained the board fully. I'm at 2 and a blink right now, and the lights are staying at 100% brightness. So I'm gonna make an educated guess and say that if your board's at 1, the lights should still be illuminated all the way. There's one more thing that is absolutely worth mentioning that can't say I saw coming. Boosted included a USB-C port in the headlights. So you can plug in a USB-C cable and charge your phone, which is fantastic. Thank you, Boosted. Also, Boosted includes a USB-C to mini USB cable with the lights, so you can charge your controller on the go. And I'll just say it, Boosted, please create some sort of battery indicator for the controller, because I'm sure this has happened to you. You're riding your board's fully charged, and all of a sudden you get the red light on your controller. There is currently no way to see battery percentage of the controller. Come on. But kudos to the engineers at Boosted for including the correct cable and for just including that USB-C port in the lights. And for the technically curious, the output of this USB-C port is 5 volts, so similar to the kind of old standard crappy iPhone brick. But look, if you're in a pinch, this could come in the clutch. Also, I want to point out how good the lights look. They integrate really seamlessly with the hardware, they're sleek, and they just look good on the board. Now, as for pricing, these accessories are expensive. The 105s are $170 and the boosted beams are $200. Yeah, that's expensive, especially when you've already spent probably around $1,200 or $1,500 on a board. You're tacking on a couple hundred more dollars. But I will say, the wheels and the lights definitely enhance the riding experience. If you own a boosted board and you ride in a city like New York, I definitely recommend both of these things. I think the wheels make for a much more comfortable ride, and the lights just kind of add to the safety. If I missed anything, if you have any burning questions, leave them in the comments. I'll be hanging out down there when I post this video. And whether you're new to the channel or you've seen dozens of videos you've been watching for years, I appreciate your viewership, so thank you. And please, if you ride anything like this, wear a helmet.